Good morning students, welcome to today's class. So we have been discussing about chapter 13 percentage in that exercise 13b. So let's discuss homework answers first. 7th question. Ragesh got 20 marks out of 25 in English, 31 out of 40 in Hindi and 65 out of 80 in Maths. In which subject his percentage of marks is best? Okay, so English mark is given, Hindi marks is given, Maths mark is given. You have to convert these marks to percentage first. Then you have to check which percentage of mark is best. That is, which is greater, which subject has greater percentage of marks. Okay, so marks in English, it is 20 by 25. So marks in English in percentage you can find by multiplying this fraction 20 by 25 into 100, you will get 80 percentage. Okay, now marks in Hindi, it is 31 out of 40. So marks in Hindi in percentage, it is 31 by 40 into 100. It is 77.5 percentage. Okay, now marks in Maths, it is 65 by 80. Now marks in Maths in percentage, it will be 65 by 80 into 100 at 81.25 percentage. So which is the greater, which subject has greater percentage? It is Maths. So his percentage of marks is best in Maths. You can write the conclusion and this is the answer. 8th question, which is greater, 0.485 or 48 1/2 percentage? So here one quantity is in decimal form and other quantity is in percentage form. So we can't compare. Okay, if both the quantities are in decimal form or both the quantities are in percentage form, then only we can compare. Okay, so 0.485, we are converting this to percentage form. Okay, 0.485. First, we can write this decimal form in fraction form. Okay, how can we write this decimal in fraction? First, write the given decimal fraction without decimal point. That is 485 by what will be the denominator? After decimal point, 3 digits are coming. So, denominator will be 1000. So, in fraction form, it is 485 by 1000. Okay. Now, this fraction we can convert to percentage. So, 485 by 1000. How we can convert to percentage? Just multiply this fraction by 100. Okay. So, two zeros here we can cancel. So, remaining 485 by 10. Now, 485 by 10. It will be, decimal point will be here after 485. So, on division by 10, this decimal point will move one place to the left. So, this is 1. Here will be the decimal point. You will get 48.5 percentage. Okay. So, 0.485 means it is 48.5 percentage. Now, next 48 and half. 48 1/2 percentage. This is in mixed fraction, so we can convert to improper fraction. 2 into 48, 96. 96 plus 1, 97 by 2 percentage it is. We can divide 97 by 2. So what we will get? 2 into 4, 8, 17, 8, 16, 1. Here decimal point, 0. So here also point. Now 5, 10, 0 we got remainder. So that is also 48.5 percentage. Okay. So 0.485 or 48 1/2 percentage, which is greater? The answer is both are equal. Okay. Both we got 48.5 percentage. Now 9th question. For the school play, class 5 students sold 344 tickets out of 400 tickets and class 6 students sold 582 tickets out of 600 tickets. In which class the sale percentage was higher? So, here it is given how many tickets class 5 students sold. That is 344 out of 400 tickets. 400 tickets were given to them. Out of that, 344 tickets were sold by class 5 students. Okay. Now class 6 students sold 582 tickets out of 600 tickets. That is, out of 600 tickets, they sold 582 tickets. So in which class the sale percentage was higher? So you have to find which class sold the higher percentage of tickets. Okay. So you can write the steps like this. Tickets sold by class 5 students, it is 344 out of 400. So in fraction you can write 344 by 400. Now tickets sold by class 5 students in percentage. You can write this fraction in percentage. How? Just multiply the fraction by 100. That is 344 by 400 into 100 you can do. Okay, now here 2 zeros, here also 2 zeros. You can cancel. Now 344 by 4. You will get 86%. Okay, so 344 by 400 in percentage it is 86%. Next, tickets sold by class 6 students. It is given 582 by 600. Out of 600 tickets, they sold 582. So in fraction form, we can write 582 by 600. Now tickets sold by class 6 students in percentage. In percentage, how we can write this fraction? 582 by 600. You multiply by 100. Okay, so 2 zeros you can cancel. So you will get 582 by 6. You will get 97%. Okay, so class 5 students sold 86% of their tickets and class 6 students sold 97% of their tickets. So whose sale percentage was higher? It is class 6. Okay, so you can write the conclusion. The sale percentage was higher for class 6. Okay, so this is the answer. 10th question. In a one-day international cricket match, India scored 400 runs. Of this, Sachin Tendulkar alone had scored 156 runs. Find the percentage of runs scored by first Sachin, second rest of the team members. Okay, so in total, India scored 400 runs. Out of this 400 runs, Sachin scored 156 runs. Okay, you have to find the percentage of runs scored by Sachin and rest of the team members. In percentage, you have to find. So total runs scored by India, it is given 400. Okay, now runs scored by Sachin Tendulkar alone. In the question it is given 156. Okay, out of this 400 runs, 156 runs is scored by Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, so in fraction how we can write 156 by 400. Now we have to convert this fraction to percentage. Okay, that is percentage of runs scored by Sachin. We can find by multiplying this fraction by 100. Okay, 156 by 400 into 100. Now here 2 zeros you can cancel. So 156 by 4. You will get 39%. Okay, so 39% of the runs is scored by Sachin Tendulkar. So what will be the percentage of runs scored by rest of the team members? Percentage means 100% is the total percentage. Okay, 100 minus 39. This is the runs, percentage of runs scored by rest of the team members. Okay, out of 100%, 39% is scored by Sachin Tendulkar. So percentage of runs scored by rest of team members, it will be 100 minus 39. It is 61%. Okay, so percentage of runs scored by Sachin Tendulkar alone, it is 39%. Percentage of runs scored by rest of the team members, it is 100 minus 39, 61%. So our chapter 13 is over. Next, chapter 14, introduction to negative numbers. So the numbers starting from 1, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. These numbers are called natural numbers or counting numbers. Okay, they are used for counting. That's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. are called natural numbers or counting numbers. Next, if 0 is included, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are called whole numbers. If 0 is included in natural numbers means they are called whole numbers. Now let's take one example. 6 minus 2. We know it is 4, which is a whole number. Okay, we got the answer, a whole number. But what is 2 minus 6? We will not get one answer as a whole number. Okay, there is an answer for this question, 2 minus 6, but it is not a whole number. Okay, so we will extend our whole number system. We need to extend our whole number system to another set of numbers called integers. Okay, 2 minus 6, we will get an answer that belongs to integers, not whole number. Now we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. are natural numbers. Okay, now these natural numbers has opposites. Okay, these natural number has opposites, and these opposites we represent it using negative sign, negative or minus. Okay, so opposite of 1, it is negative 1. Opposite of 2, it is negative 2 or minus 2 we can say. Opposite of 3, it is minus 3. Opposite of 4, it is minus 4. And opposite of 5, it is minus 5. Okay, so negative sign or minus sign is the symbol used to represent the opposites of natural numbers. Okay, all natural number or every natural number has opposites, and the negative is the symbol used to represent these opposites. So 1 മുതൽ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന എല്ലാ നാച്ചുറൽ നമ്പേഴ്സിനും ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ഉണ്ട്. ആ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ റെപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യുക? ഈ നാച്ചുറൽ നമ്പറിന് മുമ്പേ ഒരു മൈനസ് സൈൻ, മൈനസ് ഓർ നെഗറ്റീവ് സൈൻ കൊടുക്കുകയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ഓഫ് 1 എന്തായിരിക്കും? നെഗറ്റീവ് 1 ഓർ മൈനസ് 1. ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ഓഫ് 2 ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് മൈനസ് 2 ഓർ നെഗറ്റീവ് 2. ഓക്കെ, എക്സെട്ര. നൗ ദീസ് ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് നാച്ചുറൽ നമ്പേഴ്സ് are called negative numbers. Okay, they are called negative numbers. Opposites of natural numbers are called negative numbers. Now these natural numbers we can say they are positive numbers. Okay, positive numbers. Okay, so now let's come to integers. So what are integers? What is the definition of integer? Integers is a set of whole numbers. Whole numbers means starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay, whole numbers plus negative numbers form set of integers. Okay, integers means the new set of numbers obtained by combining whole numbers and negative numbers. They are called, or it is called, integers. So what all numbers will come in integers? Whole numbers, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay, now negative numbers, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, etc. So all positive numbers, all negative numbers along with the 0 will come in integers. Okay, integers include all positive numbers, all negative numbers and 0. This is the set of integers. Okay, and integers we will denote it by capital Z or I. Okay, natural number we will represent that set by capital N. N means set of natural numbers. Okay, now W means it is whole number, set of whole number. Now Z or I means they are set of integers. Okay,